Perestroika is designed to produce a stronger, more competitive Soviet superpower. It's a program that affects political, economic, and social institutions, and even individual thinking. Experts such as Peter Redaway say before Gorbachev can achieve the goals of Perestroika, he needs to improve the sluggish Soviet economy.
That you couldn't achieve progress in any sphere, political, social, economic, foreign policy, until you had a fundamental improvement of the whole performance of the Soviet economy.
One of Perestroika's components is Glasnost, a new openness. On a recent WorldNet program, Marshall Goldman, an authority on the Soviet economy, explained that Glasnost calls for people to speak out about the economy and invites people to speak out on other issues as well.
Intellectuals can't be confined to a very narrow channel to do only what the leadership wants. And therefore, what we're seeing is throughout the Soviet Union, not just in Armenia or Azerbaijan, but throughout the Soviet Union, we're seeing different nationality groups speak out in a way we haven't really seen since the time of the revolution itself.
Scholars say the Soviet political structure has in the past encouraged passivity. They say the Soviet people were expected to do what they were told and were not expected to show personal initiative. These scholars also say General Secretary Gorbachev recognizes he needs to make Soviet society more open.
I think he's right in feeling that you will not get innovative new ideas in the economy, and nor, even more importantly, will you get the motivation on the part of ordinary Soviet people to engage in reforming the economy, to put their backs into it, put their ideas into it, unless you have this sort of opening up and loosening of the whole of society and of individual thinking.
Perestroika also affects foreign policy. In December, the Soviets signed an accord to eliminate intermediate-range nuclear weapons. This spring, they agreed to pull their troops out of Afghanistan. Marshall Goldman explains these actions in economic terms.
I think Gorbachev's main preoccupation, his main concern is with the economy. He realizes, however, that to divert the resources to the civilian population, that he has to, if he's going to make a significant change, he's got to reduce world tensions.
Mikhail Gorbachev says he will continue his restructuring program despite opposition. He told party chiefs in January his reforms were on track. But Peter Redaway says it's too early to tell how effective the economic reforms are going to be. He says if the Soviets are serious about reform, they will have to accept the reality of unemployment, and prices on housing and food will have to go up. Price hikes in Poland in the 1970s created the Solidarity labor union. Solidarity is now outlawed, but it still has a social, economic, and political impact in Poland. In March, Dmitry Simes told a WorldNet audience the Soviets did not have a master plan when Perestroika was first initiated.
Initially, they were hopeful that a more piecemeal reform would do, but now they increasingly feel that something very comprehensive has to be done. And the question is, of course, can you do something comprehensive in reforming the Soviet political and economic system without overthrowing the system itself? That is a $64 question, and I suspect the Soviets themselves still do not know the answer.
Carol Pearson, WorldNet News.